What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into King Spawn issue number 5. As we close out our Indie Comics weekend, we are jumping back into the world of Spawn. After seeing that Wanda was with Gaia, Spawn went to investigate this. Spawn fully not understanding everything that is going on. You have the God Throne, you have the Dead Zones, the prophecy of King Spawn himself. While Spawn has been trying to save the world from the forces that seek to destroy it, the question now remains, has Spawn actually set the end times in motion himself? While that question may not be answered just yet, Spawn is about to level up like never before. So make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this issue, while Spawn was facing down Gaia over the potential fate of his wife, we have Terry Fitzgerald, who is roaming the streets of New York. Like Al Simmons, Terry also loved Wanda, and like Al, he has learned too much about certain things to let things go. First and foremost, that his wife Wanda could possibly return from the dead. If Spawn takes Azrael's offer, the Exodus Foundation can make it happen, and that is why Terry is trying to make his way in the building. He needs to see for himself. He needs to see the inner workings of this place. That's where he goes to Leonard Cole, a janitorial worker that works at the Exodus building. Terry makes quick work of this guy, putting him down in seconds, taking his clothes, taking his badge. Getting the disguise he needs, it is time to execute his plan. The cleaning staff changing shifts at midnight. This is usually when the building is its most empty, and like most people, no one ever notices the janitor, as long as he remains on time, keeps his hat low, and minds his business. Getting up to the floor that he needs to go to, he begins to walk through and he hears some voices talking. Hear them talking about Spawn chasing Azrael's tail. So whatever their plan is, it seems to be working. And Azrael knew combining their teleportation powers would bring Kincaid and Wine back from the Dead Zones. While his brother tries to tell him that that was the Shadow Man. Neither of them really care who gets credit. What matters is Spawn is running around with his head cut off. That is good for them. This is when Terry realizes that these two demonic brothers, Zab and Ab, while they don't look like much, their ability to teleport has helped return enemies to Earth. But it seems that this Shadow Man is the one responsible for everything going on. But what really matters is that Spawn wants his wife. They want the world. At some point, they are going to make Spawn choose one or the other. The world or Wanda. This is when Terry goes in on the demons. But he knows that he's out of his league. The only thing keeping him alive right now is his anger. As he chokes out one of the brothers, he is demanding to know about his wife. What we learn is that she is not in the Dead Zones, and the only one strong enough to bring her back is a king. When the other brother comes up from behind him, we see him bring down a knife on Terry. It appears to pierce right through his sunglasses and into his skull. With Terry laid out on the ground, the two brothers go to walk away, but that's when Terry gets up. He smashes one of them in the head and takes down the other just as quickly. You see, Terry has learned to play possum from his time in the military. He waited for his opening. While that knife had barely missed his eye, it definitely did some damage. But he can't stop now. He makes his way through the corridors, and eventually, he reaches the God Throne. But when he gets here, what he sees is that Spawn is already sitting upon the throne. He tells Terry that he has been waiting for him, asking what Terry is afraid of. What Terry is concerned about is Spawn bringing Wanda back. He is trying to tell her that she's not coming back, that Spawn needs to accept this, that if you really love her, you would not bring her back. This is when from Spawn's stomach, we see the God Throne begin to bubble, made from monsters that Al had slain, their bodies coursing through his veins as he sits on the throne. And Spawn tells him that he knows what he is dealing with. He needs Terry to see it as well, with Terry threatening to take him down if he doesn't get a grip. This is exactly what he needs from Terry. He needs him to get mad, to find that rage, because he's going to need that spirit. If Spawn is to fail, Terry is going to have to find a way to kill him, but they haven't reached that point yet, telling him that very soon he is going to know exactly what he needs to do, because either all of his enemies are going to pay for their connection to Wanda's death, or he will need to claim the throne for himself. He tells Terry that if it comes to this, you must destroy me. By any means necessary, destroy me. And once Spawn and Terry have left, the true architects of this nightmare appear, Azrael and all the minions. They say that it has begun. Simmons has felt the power of the throne. It now runs through him. The urge to be near it will only continue to grow, to consume him, and eventually the dead zones will open. This is when the demonic brothers come into the room. Zab and Ab a little bit concerned because Spawn rule left completely uncontrolled. They see this as dangerous. This Spawn has been given too much knowledge. But with Azrael silencing everybody, they ask Wynn, considering he knows Simmons the most. He tells them that when Spawn believes he is right, when his cause is just, he will not let anything or anybody stand in his way. They offered him his queen, and they now need him to be their king. Because whether Simmons likes it or not, he is already tied to the God Throne. The God Throne has felt its king. Now it waits his inevitable return. If they look at the God Throne now, they can see for themselves. The throne's mantle is telling them who will sit and be their lord. That Spawn will return back to hell, and then finally, he will fulfill his true destiny. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Definitely a fun issue. We're seeing that Spawn has returned from Gaia, and in his return, he has decided to sit upon the God Throne, to take that power for himself. And now he is on the freaking warpath. Anybody connected in the smallest amount to Wanda's death, their days are now numbered. While Spawn tries to fight the urge to go back to the God Throne, the power that it has given him, he means to hunt down all of these people. He's doing it as quickly as he can. He knows the urge to sit on that throne, it is huge. It is only a matter of time before he decides to give in, having Terry there as his backup, ensuring that he never sits on that throne again. But with this new power, he has come to punish all of those responsible for making his life the way it is. And not a single one of them will be able to hide from his wrath. So let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to get completely caught up on everything going on with King Spawn, be sure to check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything going on with this series. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50. From loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only does this help out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. If you are unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.